Welcome to the wasted world of sports, where the game's just a backdrop for drunken retorts. Rugby league or union, it's all fair play, but it's the banter that steals the show. Hey, 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 hey. Ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the joys. Join us in our world where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. Scrums and tries, they're all well and good, but we're here for the jokes and 10 pass last from the kickoff to the final whistles blow. We'll take the 2 and we're ready to go. Ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the joys. Join us in our world where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. We break down the plays, but it's all in jest. With a laugh and a cheer, we bring out our best. No serious analysis, no expert critiques, just a bunch of mates sharing plenty of drinks. We'll raise a roll, from sideline jokes to post-match tales, all big goofs and their big fails. We're not so serious, and that's our style. With each ahoy, we raise our skies. Ahoy, ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the joys. Join us in our world where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. So come along and join our sporty crew, where the banter's always fresh and the laughs are true. Oh, wasted world of sports, here's to our cheer. We'll see you on the pitch and drink some beer. Yeah!
Wasted World of Sports, ahoy! How's everybody doing? Welcome back for the final day of Magic Round. I can't believe that we've actually made it all the way through. But I tell you what, starting to really feel it. We've got 3 more games to get through, and then it's time for a well-earned break, a footy break. As much as we love our footy, it's always good to have a little break in between. Jim Condon, ahoy mate. How's it going? What have I done to my microphone? Should be an interesting game, this one. I'd be lying if I said I think it's going to be a good one. I can see a couple of blowouts happening today, and it's bookending a fantastic match. Do or die, says Up the Mighty Titans. Who have you got winning this one, Jimmy Condon? As I'm smashing back a Red Bull here to try and keep myself going. Been a big weekend. It's funny because I haven't really done any more games than a normal weekend. But there's just something about Magic Round, something about just that one after the other. Boom, boom, boom. I was exhausted yesterday, but should be a good one. This one, oops, let's take the tick off Bronson Sherry. Bronson Sherry, you haven't earned that bear just yet. Hopefully he does, though. So I've got Bronson Sherry. I've got Calm Pereira. And then I've finished it up with a couple of combos because I think it will be a very high-scoring game. Lots of tries. I wasn't too sure who to pick, who to put in that place. So a couple of combos there to round it out. As the sun is shining in Brisbane, That's the important part here. We were worried about the condition of the ground. We saw the turf get very chewed up. It got very, very muddy. And there were some concerns about whether it would hold up. But it's looking absolutely beautiful out there. Nice sunny day in Brisbane. It should see some free-flowing rugby league happening in this one. Game Mel, ahoy there. Channel members out the wazoo again in the chat room. I love it. Jonah, ahoy, mate. Your bets are looking good. I hope so. We are due for a win this weekend. And it would be a very big win indeed. And let's not forget, I'm sitting on a perfect round in the Wasted Water Sports tipping contest. So let's keep that going. Judah Shivian says, question, is rugby league like soccer when it's a fight to win the table, or are they fighting for playoffs? Playoffs, Judah Shivian, it's a top 8. The top 8 teams, which I've always thought top 8's a ridiculous number for a 17-team competition. But I understand why they have it. It's all for broadcasting rights. The broadcasters pay more for a finals game than they do a regular season game. So the longer they can stretch out the finals format, the more money they get. Of course, that's the way that it goes. So, yes, a top 8 that play finals at the end of it. Judah? Jonah asks if I reckon the Panthers have a chance today. I reckon they've got a red-hot chance today. McLovin, ahoy, mate. No kick, sorry, NRL Bulldogs. I've had a few people suggest that I should get a kick, and I've had equally as many people say, no, don't go to kick. Kick is where streamers go to die. So I don't know. I'm confused as to whether I should have one or not. Kickoff is just moments away. Titans Bulldogs first game. Who's winning the games today? All right. I have gone Bulldogs, I've gone Panthers, and I've gone Storm. Let's get this one off and running. First game of the day. Magic round, final day. We've seen some blockbuster games so far. Can we see another one? It's the Titans with first use of it. Fleece Haas out there with the first hit up. Steph, ahoy, welcome back. You've gone for the Bulldogs, Broncos, and Storm. So, pretty close. Pretty close to mine. I completely understand why people on current form have picked the Broncos. I just think Ashley Klein is the official for that one. And the Panthers have won 3 out of their last 4 with Ashley Klein as the referee. Conversely, the Broncos have lost 3 of their last 4 with Ashley Klein as the referee. So I'm hinging my entire bet on the referee as Connor Tracy takes the kick and returns it for the Bulldogs. Titans have got through their first set error-free. Ayush, ahoy, mate. Welcome back. Bulldogs, a blip on the radar the other week against the Broncos where they got absolutely massacred here at Suncorp. Coming up against the Titans, though, today. And they should be able to turn that around. Up over halfway they go on play 5. The kick from Toby Sexton, high into the corner. And it comes down for Tom Pereira. It might be over there. He's in my try scorer multi, Cam Pereira. So hopefully he can get it done today as well. I'd like to see the Titans put up a fight. An expansive play early in the tackle count from their own end. I do apologize if I'm a little bit flat this morning. Smashing back some Red Bull here. Try and give myself some energy. Been a big weekend, as I'm sure we all understand. Tino now. Through the hands it goes for Brimson. And beautiful defense by Stephen Crichton. Well, you would expect no less from him. Fifth and last from inside the 40. Connor Tracy will take this one under no pressure at the back. And it's a nice kick return there for the Bulldogs. So the feeling out process in this game. Very, very sunny out there. Judah Shivian says the Storm versus Raiders looks to be the best matchup. Very hard to call that one. Storm are going to win by about 20 points, in my opinion. 6 again here for the Bulldogs. Tracy gets it out for Preston. Sloppy play of the ball, but there was ruck interference from the Titans, and it is 6 again. They do get the call for it, the Bulldogs. 30 metres out from the line. Early questions to be asked now from the Titans defence. As the Bulldogs take it up the middle. 20 out from the line. Big opportunity now. Nice and early. Kickow runs the inside line. Bumps off the first. They're inside the 20. And now the Bulldogs. It's obviously been a much better start for them this week. Inside ball for Preston. Preston 10 out from the line. A couple of tackles left. Sexton shows it inside. Goes out for Kickow. And Kickow's brought down. Time off because we've got an injury here for one of the Titans. Viliami Kickow's gone straight over the top of him. Used him as a roadblock. Or a speed bump, rather. And that will be the end of the night for Tom Weaver. Tom Weaver puts his body on the line. Assists in bringing down Viliami Kickow. But in the process, I dare say that's his night done and dusted. They're having a good look at him here. And I'd be very surprised if he doesn't leave the field for a HIA. Yep, off he goes. Oh, poor guy. He just got steamrolled. Mookie, ahoy, mate. Poor bloke. Fifth and last. 10 out. Crossfield kick. It's there for Montoya. Montoya takes it, and he's over the line. Has he got it down? Or is it Carraz? It's Carraz. Well, it's the wrong edge. I needed the other edge for my try. It's Jacob Kiraz with the first try for the Bulldogs. Well, that's a shame. What a start from the Doggies, though. 4 points to nil, kick to come. And as I was saying, they've already started a hell of a lot better than last week, but it was so miserable, wasn't it? They'd have to go better. Try for Jacob Kiraz. Bulldogs up 4-0 early in this one. Now I dropped my lid. Where's that gone? Jacob Kiraz outleaps Cam Pereira. Try confirmed. Jack, it was poor little Tom Weaver. Tom Weaver, the Titans halfback, put his body on the line, got himself in front of Viliami Kickow, and he came off second best. Well and truly second best. The Uso, ahoy, mate. As Stephen Crichton strikes this well, converts. And this is a great start for the Bulldogs. 6-0 they lead. Jacob Kiraz on the receiving end of the crossfield kick. Stephen Crichton with the conversion. 5 minutes gone, 6-0. A dream start for the Bulldogs. Yes, that Red Bull starting to kick in already. Mo Fodawaker on report. And the Bulldogs full of running now. Game of Mel, you just need Preston and Sherry to win one of your bets. Hussein, ahoy there, mate. Hussein says, do you genuinely think Montoya is going to get a try? Well, no, that's why I put him in a combo with Connor Tracy. If I had genuine faith in Montoya, I wouldn't combo him. I'd have him there on his own. Hello, Lacey, ahoy. As this kick goes in behind and sits up at the back for Jalen de Groot, who spills it. Marnie scoops it up, and Reed Marnie will score under the posts. The Bulldogs have gone back-to-back, potentially. It's gone up as no try. They're going to have a look and see if the Bulldogs have knocked this on as well. But as it stands at the moment, they've scored another try. All the Bulldogs chasers are onside. Ilzy. Who am I going for? Going for the Bulldogs in this one. Jalen de Groot knocks this one on. Now, has it been scooped up cleanly by Reed Marnie? Was it touched by Max King? That's what we're looking at here. It will be all that will save the Titans. Now, this has gone up as no try. So we have to have conclusive evidence that Max King has not touched this ball. Needs to be 100% conclusive to overturn the on-field call. And the more that they look at this, the less and less likely you would suggest it becomes. But either way, they'll get the ball back here, the Bulldogs. The original knock-on was from Jalen de Groot. So no matter... Supporting the on-field decision, no evidence to overturn. Well, the Titans have been saved there. But they're still going to be under threat. Full set of 6. Coming up for the Bulldogs, 10 meters out. Flo Lacey, Jacob Kiraz got the first try for the Bulldogs. And they've just had one scrubbed out here, a potential one. TKD, ahoy, mate. Chalksy, ahoy. Going for the Bulldogs in this one. And they send it right. Tracy, change of direction for Stephen Crichton. He takes it inside the 10. That's play 1. Here come the Bulldogs. They might get more points anyway. Saluka for feeder. Good strong carry in front of the post. Regan Toodads brings him down a metre short. Right in front of the post on play 2. They go left for Sexton. Inside ball for Kickow. Kickow runs the angle back towards the post. They're keeping it in tight in that channel. Marnie now, they send it wide. Sam and M, inside ball for Preston. Tackle 4. Haven't really fired a shot at the moment, the Bulldogs. Saluka for feeder. A metre out. He went the crash ball. They keep it on this left side. Sexton kicks that way too heavy, and it's a 7-tackle set now for the Titans. Well, that was just a really poor set of 6, in my opinion. Really poor set of 6. 7-tackle set. Titans, that's a little bit of a let-off for them. Category 1 for Tom Weaver. And that will be his night done. He didn't look in a good way. He was in La La Land. Flo Lacey, you just need Montoya and the Dogs to win under 12. Ooh. I think they might be winning by well over 12. Potowaker with the fend. Driven back in the tackle now. Mel, ahoy. Hoping for an upset purely for ladder reasons. Fair enough, Mel. A big win would, of course, put the Warriors on top, right? Fifth and last. The kick downfield for the try scorer, Carraz, who gets away from the first tackler. Goes straight up the middle. Got Crichton in support. Stephen Crichton's flying down the sideline. And Beau Fermor, of all people, has the pace to track him down. 30 metres out, front foot ball for the Doggies, though. Max King in midfield. Geez, that was a sight we haven't seen for quite some time. Stephen Crichton on the wing. And he got chased down by Beau Fermor. Run down by a second rower. That's why Stephen Crichton doesn't play on the wing anymore. He's lost a lot of... He's got a lot of... lost a lot of pace, I should say. Tackle 3 now, 10 metres out, just to the left of the posts. The Bulldogs. Marnie sends it over to Jamin Salmon. Inside ball for Preston. Fifth and last. They need a better kick this time. If they kick, Sexton through the hands now. Sherry gets away from one, looks for the flick pass, but goes to ground. Bronson Sherry, bloody super glue on his hands again. And again, pretty poor fifth tackle option from the Bulldogs. So we've got time. Oh no, Bronson Sherry's down. Everybody and their multis. Everybody and their multis. Bronson Sherry's down. He is... Let's see what he's picked up here. Oh, no. Bronson Sherry. A hip to the head. And we've seen a lot of players ruled out with hips to the head. This could be bad news. Everybody's watching here as Bronson Sherry is still down. Time is off. And Bronson Sherry is still down in back play. We might be okay, though. We might be all right. On Sportsbet, we might be all right. We might get the bet refund because it's still so early in the game. Tick Me Off says, you're my go-to now for live updates. Cheers, man. Bring back the biff. Bring it back. Bring back the biff. And cheers. Tick Me Off. Bronson Sherry is up and about, by the way. He is back up and he's in the defensive line. He may get called off by the independent doctor. But since he's been allowed to stay out there, theoretically he should be okay. We'll keep an eye on that situation. Bronson Sherry still out there for now as the Titans risky offloads because they can't get any go forward. Tackle 4. They're still inside their own 20. Potowaker bumps off Max King. Max King is not a small bloke. Fifth and last. Brimson forced to kick from well inside his own 30. And only down as far as Montoya, who winds up, brings it back into contact. That's a hell of a kick return. And the Bulldogs are easily winning the territory battle at the moment. Connor Tracy in midfield. Jacob Kiraz, of course, the opening try scorer and the only try scorer so far in the game. 12 minutes in, 6 points to 0 in favour of the Bulldogs. 40 out from the line now. Kick out down this near side. On to Sherry. Montoya in a little bit of space. He's brought down 20 out. Bronson Sherry looks like he's absolutely fine. That's good news for all our multis. Salmon in midfield. Double pump to Saluka Fafita. Nice ball. Fifth and last, 10 metres out, right in front of the post. They go right. Sexton Short ball for Preston. Pops it back for Connor Tracy. Connor Tracy scores. There's a tick off our multi. There's another try for the Doggies. Oh, it's going to be a big score. They are going to rock up a score here if they keep this up. If they keep their heads in the game, they're unstoppable. Connor Tracy, have yourself a beer, my friend. It's the first tick off the multi. And it's 10 points to 0. Tracy's gone over. Here we go. Beautiful backline move there from the Bulldogs. Keeping the ball alive. Some nice, clean, crisp passing. Now, remember, they did get smacked around last week. But the Broncos, honestly, let's be honest, even Broncos fans have to admit, they had a lot go their way last week. And the game was basically over at the halftime break. So the Broncos probably did take their foot off the gas a little bit, but the Bulldogs did win the second half. And it might not mean a whole lot at the time, but in the big picture, you know what I'm trying to say? It's all about little wins. Little wins here, little wins there. And we're now seeing the performance we're seeing from the Bulldogs as Stephen Crichton, a little bit closer to the post this time, puts it down the middle. 2 from 2 for Crichton. 12-0 for the Bulldogs. 13 minutes gone. Jacob Preston there with the offload whilst he was falling backwards. Fantastic work. Tyler Forge, ahoy there. You just need Preston and Calm Pereira for try scorers. Hey, I'll take that as well. I need Calm Pereira, and I will take Preston. I've got him in combo with Beau Fermor. Game of Mel, yes. We will be joined for the Broncos game by the one and only Michelle. And then I'll be doing the Melbourne Storm game. From the kickoff now, Max King with an incorrect play of the ball. And here is an opportunity for the Titans. The momentum that the Bulldogs had built up, gone in an instant. Maxi King. Poor work there. Here is an opportunity for the Titans to just stem the flow and maybe get some back themselves. The Bulldogs' first mistake from the scrum. Here's Brimson to De Groot. I am De Groot, taken down, 10 out, penalty to the Titans. High contact. Take the 2. Take the 2, boys. How funny would that be if they actually did? 10 meters out from the line, I dare say they won't be taking the 2. They don't, they tap and go. The common sense decision. RCG straight up the middle, 10 meters out. To the left they go. Brimson with the short ball for Fermor, who spills it, and the Bulldogs can counter-attack. And that was too early in the tackle count to be making mistakes. Tensions boiling over there. Tempers flaring. Bring back the biff. Saluka for feeder is in there. Fermor's in there. The two teams going toe-to-toe. SS Storm fan, ahoy, mate. Like the AI in Rugby League Live 4, they always take the 2 when you lead by 30 or 22. There you go. There's a game I haven't played in a very long time. Viliami Kikau is still out there, I believe. Yes. Penalty to the Bulldogs here. A bit far out for them to take the 2. The Panthers watching on from the sidelines. Bulldogs finding touch, still inside their own 20. %60 possession. One of the drunk Ahoy mates. Who wins, Panthers or Bronchokes? Through the hands now, the Bulldogs. Viliami kick out, throws a cutout pass to the touch judge. And another mistake from the Bulldogs down their own end. So they've extended that 12 points to 0 lead. And they've just lost some of the execution that saw them get there in the first place. Kick out. What was he doing? Maybe Viliami Kickout needs to come off the field because that was a shocking pass out there to the invisible man. Tino takes it up for the Titans now. Another opportunity. They dropped the ball early in their last set. Tackle 3 or something like that. Campbell Gillard takes it to the 20. Held is the call for tackle 2. Didn't make any meters there. From dummy half. Ferrells gets a little bit of go forward. Potawaker at the back for Brimson. Kickout lines him up. Kickout dumps him well behind the advantage line. Potawaker now on the 5th and last. That's a good strong carry. But they didn't make a whole lot of meters that set the Titans. Crash ball for Tino. Tino fights his way towards the post, but he's a meter short. And that will be the handover. Well defended there by the Bulldogs. Jacob Kiraz and Connor Tracy with 2 conversions for Stephen Crichton. That's the Bulldogs 12-0 at the moment. 22 minutes left in the opening half. 100 Gorilla says the Dogs are winning it all this year. Jada Morris says up the Doggies. Connor Tracy bumps off Tino. Still going. Tracy brought down just outside the 40 on the 5th and last. Sexton, they're going to run here. Crichton finds some space. He's got Kiraz. Kiraz down the sideline. Grubber kick in behind. Brimson kicks it to De Groot. The Titans are offside. It's deflected off De Groot into the player in front. Brian Kelly has picked it up from an offside position. Penalty Bulldogs. Well, they had no luck the other week against the Broncos. They're getting some luck and some bounce of the ball this week. Running it on the 5th and last from inside their own half. Risky play. And it has worked out quite well for them. They tap and go. No thought of taking the 2. 10 meters out from the line. Is there more points incoming here? Max King backs into the defense. 5 meters out. Slow play the ball. Salmon at first receiver to Sexton. Out the back it goes to nobody. It's been scooped up and away go the Titans. Nobody's in front of them and this should be a runaway try. Here comes Connor Tracy. Connor Tracy has hit the NOS button and has chased him down 20 meters out from the line. But front foot ball Titans. The defensive line is in tatters. 10 meters out on play 2. They stay on that short side. Here's Kelly. Kelly pops it up for Fermor, and Bo Fermor scores. The Titans have hit back. Fermor gets it. It's another tick off the multi. 12 points to 4. The kick to come from out wide. And it was that loose pass that was scooped up. And it looked for all money that they were going to go the length of the field there, the Titans. Tony Francis, he got chased down by Connor Tracy. and they had to work hard for it still, the Titans, but they got there a couple of plays later. Just simple draw and pass. The Bulldogs' defensive line was scattered. And Beau Fermor wrapping around the back. Try time. So there we go. They have hit back. 12 points to 4. Kick to come. Two ticks down, 2 to go. All right, so for my 4-legger, I just need now Bronson Sherry and Cam Pereira. Justin Tarkowski. Ahoy, mate. Can the Titans cover plus 25.5? I believe so. Plus 25.5 is... That's a hell of a lot of points. Sideline conversion. And, oh, that's a dead set shocker. That wouldn't have gone over if there were 6 goalposts side by side. $12 points to 4, it remains. Jonah, you just need either Bulldog center and either of their second rowers. So another of the second rowers. Andrew, you've literally got the Titans at plus 24.5. There you go. Titans now. That should give them a little bit of confidence, of course, getting that try. And a penalty. A penalty to the Titans. And just like that, the momentum has shifted in this one. I talk about it a fair bit, how the 6 again era, it's all about momentum. And the momentum seesaws so consistently throughout a battle. But once you lose it, it's very hard to get it back, and teams go on a run. And we're seeing that now. Mr. Liquid Rhythm says, as Verrills gets away into space. And it goes on a nice run. They're 35 out from the Bulldogs line now. Mr. Liquid Rhythm has said after a winning streak of 6 wins or more, after the team lose, they lose the next game and sometimes the next 2 or 3. Dominic needs the Bulldogs to lose by 8. Jade 2468 says Titans go for magic. Down the short side they go to the Titans. Brian Kelly read well by Stephen Crichton, and he is driven backwards in a hard tackle. 5th and last, 30 out. That's a shocking kick from De Groot. Skews it off the side of the boot. It's actually gone backwards. Beware the second kick, though, and it's been played at, has it? No. Still 5th and last. Beware the third kick. Brimson puts it in over the top, and Connor Tracy outleaps him. Gives a risky offload to Kiraz, but the Bulldogs have got it. Jalen De Groot with one of the worst kicks I've seen. It went backwards. Mel says New South Wales Cup match, Warriors 44, North Sydney Bears 8, 20 minutes to go. The Titans have dominated the last 10 minutes. And here's an early kick from dummy half. Marnie stabs it down inside the 30. He was obviously looking for a 40-20, but didn't get enough on it. Just a little bit of rain starting to creep in, a sun shower here in Brisbane. The sun is shining, it's beaming down, but just a little bit of a sprinkle of rain. $15.5 remaining in the opening 40. 12 points to 4. Feeling a bit better about things now, the Titans. There's Tino up over halfway. But as we know, the Titans, they don't play for a full 80, do they? Tony Francis offloads back in field. Sammy spins away from Sam, who comes back at him and brings him down on play 4. 25 out from the line. Fifth and last. Brimson onto De Groot. De Groot with the grubber kick in behind the line. And Carraz has it, but he's trapped and he's in goal. And this will be goal line dropout for the Bulldogs. And the Titans continue to pile on the pressure. Dominating this last 10 minutes of play. It's been all Titans. And that's what happens in the modern day game. Teams get on a roll, and it's hard to get the ball off them. Crichton with the dropout. It bounces over the halfway line. Picked up there by Chris Randall, who gives it off to Fodawaker for the hit up. And Big Mo Fodawaker carries it to the 40. De Groot, inside ball for Fermor. Fermor scoring the only try for the Titans so far. Fodawaker onto Isaac. Isaac F, I'll call it. I'll call him Isaac F, just for ease. Isaac and Tino. For Asuma Alawi brothers. You'll know who I'm talking about and why I'm calling them Isaac and Tino. By the time I say their names, the play's over. Fifth and last, 20 out. They go short side. De Groot pops it up for Kelly. Back for De Groot. Rubber kick into the line. And it's battered dead by Connor Tracy. It's another goal line dropout. They are asking some serious questions here of the Bulldogs defense. Tom Weaver, of course, the starting halfback, ruled out through HIA. And that is why Jalen De Groot has moved into the halves. So I wonder who shifted to fullback. Interesting. Brighton sends this one out to the 30. He's looking for the touchline on this occasion. Doesn't get it. And Cleese Haas will take it up. 20 meters out from the line. Oh, thank you very much for the heart me over on TikTok. Only SME. Very much appreciate that, mate. Cheers. Tino pops it out now for Brimson, who can't collect it. It was a poor pass down at his ankles, and he couldn't scoop it up. A mistake early in the tackle count from the Titans has let the Bulldogs off the hook here. And that was a big let-off because they were coming for them. And the Bulldogs can just reset and reload a little bit here. Slow things down and get themselves back to the basics that they started the game with. 11 minutes to go until the break. Bulldogs bringing it outside their own 20. And you can definitely feel the sting has gone out of this for the Bulldogs at the moment. The last 10 minutes, they've only had 27% possession. So they're just trying to get their hands on the ball, get a feel for things again. Connor Tracy taken high there from Brimson. Any call from the referee? No. Preston brings it out to the 40. Fifth and last it is. Big kick needed. Bailey Hayward. It's not a very good kick. It bounces just inside the sideline. Just. And it goes into touch. Not a lot of distance on that kick at all. It finds touch about 40 out from the Titans line. And he kicked it from his own 40. That's not a lot of distance at all. That's just inviting the Titans back down. 20 Zavi 07. Do I commentate on all games? I commentate on as many as I can. We also do some Super Rugby. And I also do some Formula One. Whether or not I successfully, because it's been such a long weekend, whether or not I successfully get up at 6 a.m. for the Miami Grand Prix tomorrow morning, time will tell, but that is the plan at the moment. Vermont, off the short ball, takes it inside the 30. Here come the Titans again now. 2 tackles left. Potawaker in midfield. Now the cutout pass from Randall to Cleeshas, 5th and last. Tino's got it on the 5th and last. Chips over the top for himself. Tracy spills it, and it's still there for the Titans. 6 more tackles. Sami dummies, and Philip Sami will score. You are kidding me. Big Tino Fasumalawi, I can't say his goddamn name. Big Tino got the ball on the 5th and last. He wasn't supposed to have it. He's put a chip kick in over the top for himself. And it's worked out wonders, hasn't it? Oh, Big Tino to kick on the 5th and last more often. And the try has been scored by Philip Sami about 10 meters in from touch over on the right-hand edge. 12 points to 8, the kick to come. Judah Shivian says, that happened to me as a youth. My team backed up on defense. I kicked it, but it only went 25 yards into the arms of their biggest player, and he rolled in to score. Whoopsie. Well, the Titans have pulled that one square out of their anus. Try time. And the Bulldogs, after such a rapid start to this game, have gone completely off the boil. They led 12 points to 0 after 13 minutes. And after 13 minutes, it's been all Titans. A little bit of luck here and there, but you need that in a game of rugby league, don't you? Tell me one team, as this try is confirmed, Philip Sami, the try scorer. Tell me one team that has won a big game of footy. Not that this is necessarily a big game, but you know what I mean. Sometimes you just need a little bit of luck is the point that I'm trying to make. Even the Panthers, as dominant as they've been over the past 4 seasons, have needed some luck to go their way. Something they're getting none of so far in 2025. As Brian Kelly moves in with the conversion attempt, he slips on his ass. Oh, I shouldn't laugh at the poor bloke. He's having a laugh about it, though. He's done a Darren Lockyer. And over he goes, has a tumble. And he's obviously missed the kick by a long, long way. 12 points to 8 it remains. He's done the Darren Lockyer. If anyone knows the moment I'm talking about, when Darren Lockyer, when he was part of the commentary team, so it was after his retirement, he didn't do it during a game, had that big slip. So 2 tries apiece, but no conversions for the Titans. Jacob Kiraz and Connor Tracy for the Dogs. Bo Fermor and Philip Sami for the Titans. 7.5 to play in the first half. The opening 13 minutes belonged to the Bulldogs, and now a mistake on tackle 1. Bo Fermor spills it. The Bulldogs have a chance now inside the Titans 10. A full set of 6. With 7.5 to go, you can't make mistakes like this. The Bulldogs, not only could they get a try, but a conversion as well. Nullifies what the Titans just did down the other end. And gives them a 2-point bonus on top of it. Scrum down 10 meters out. They go left. Tracy Goes into contact, and it's a penalty to the Titans. That's why they'll repack this scrum, I dare say. Offside from the scrum. I dare say they'll have it again. Innocent anglerfish, ahoy! The reason being, of course, if the Titans are inside the 10 again from this repack scrum, it's an automatic sin binning. They go right this time. Marnie to Stephen Crichton. The wraparound for Tracy, and it's been intercepted by the Titans. But they're offside again. Back-to-back offsides, and that's 10 in the bin. Automatic 10 in the bin. I literally just said, if you double up inside the 10 on back-to-back scrums, it's automatic sin bin. And they've gone and done it. Well, that is the goofiest of goofs.
Gosh.
Who was it? It looks like it was Brian Kelly. It looks like it was Brian Kelly who was guilty there, racing up too quickly. And with 6 minutes to go in the first half, I think they'll step up and have a shot at 2 now. Because with the one-man advantage, I'm sure that they back themselves to get back down here and have another crack before the halftime break. And he was a mile offside. He was about 5 meters offside there, Brian Kelly. And that's just silly. That is silliness right there. Stephen Crichton steps up to open up a 6-point lead for the Bulldogs again. And with the extra man advantage for the remainder of this half and to start the second, they're backing themselves to use that one-man advantage and get straight back down there, I guess. Couple of games left. Magic Round, Broncos, Panthers coming up after this one. And later tonight, Storm, Raiders, as Crichton puts this one over to make it 14 points to 8 in favor of the Bulldogs. Brian Kelly in the sin bin for the remainder of this half and 5 minutes of the second half. And they will be backing themselves to take advantage of this one-man overlap that they should have and get themselves right back down there. They'll be looking for another opportunity before the break here, the Bulldogs. That's the otherwise taking the 2 there makes no sense. Four minutes to go until the break. I still need Bronson Sherry and Cam Pereira. We've got ticks all around on the other 2. Titans with the restart. Actually, what are they offering me for a cash out? They have been offering me disgraceful cash outs as Curtis Morin almost goes straight through. He's bent the line from the kickoff. Kiraz takes it up to the 40. And has he lost it, Kiraz? He has. Jacob Kiraz has lost the ball. And, well, the Bulldogs' little plan here of taking the 2, they're going to challenge it. A captain's challenge because their little plan of taking the 2 and backing themselves to get down the other end has not worked out at the moment. But it is a captain's challenge. Kiraz feeling like this one was stolen, and I'm afraid they're going to lose this challenge, the Bulldogs. Kiraz has made a decision here to look to offload. It's a loose carry, and this will be a burnt challenge for the Bulldogs. No, TKD. I need Cam Pereira and Bronson Sherry Oh, they've challenged the call a knock on. So theoretically, it could still be a knocked back. Ah, I understand what they've challenged now. I thought they were challenging the call in that the ball was stripped by the Titans. But no, they're challenging the call here because Kiraz feels like he has regathered this. And Kiraz recollects it. This is going to be a successful challenge. Jacob Kiraz. Well, he's pulled off a little mini miracle there. Bulldogs retain the ball. He's having a good laugh about it. Kiraz, he's like, I knew it. I told you. You should have believed me. Tackle 1 that was as well. So big moment in the game, really. With 3 minutes 40 to go until the halftime break. Just short of the halfway line on play 2. Morin. Kurt Mann, sorry. To Sexton up over halfway. Down the short side. Marnie to Tracy. Inside ball for Crichton. Inside the 40. Gets the offload into midfield. Back for Sexton. And Kurt Morin. 20 meters out from the line. Curtis Morin, he plays it. They go short side again. Hayward tapped on by Kickow, and it's been lost by Montoya. The tap on was a little too far in behind, and he couldn't collect it. Genitalia, ahoy, mate. Two minutes 47 to go in the first half. 14 points to 8, Bulldogs. And, of course, they will have the extra man advantage to start the second half. Oh, it's pretty painful. Genitalia, I tell you. I almost didn't make it. You know, I was laying in bed. There was 20 minutes until kickoff, and I'm like, do I really want to do this? But then I remembered, this is my job now. I made that decision. I quit my Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, to do this. So I was like, get up, you lazy bastard. Anyway. Tino carries it up outside the 40. Fifth and last, just short of halfway. And it goes back for Brimson to kick. Kiraz under it. Looking up in the shadows. Kiraz returns it. Dummies. Goes through half a gap. Still going Kiraz. Brings it outside the 40. Another excuse to drink. Yes. I love it. Bottoms up. Stephen Crichton up to halfway. McLovin asked what I did before this. I was a full-time graphic designer for a media agency. As Kickow loses it behind, Montoya goes back to collect it. And they've lost about 20 meters on that play there, the Bulldogs. 1 minute left until the halftime break. And now Viliami Kickow spills it. Well, he's having a laugh about it, but I don't know if the coach will be laughing. A very simple dropped ball there. With a minute to go till the break, the Titans down a man. That's a really, really poor mistake, and that's a goof up from Kickow.
Gosh.
Mel, full-time, Warriors 56, Bears 14. There you go. Big win for the Warriors in the lower grades. 45 seconds to go in the first half. Titans have been presented a great opportunity here. Can they make something happen with a man down? Tino, 40 out from the line. Verrill sends it back into midfield. 20 seconds left on the clock. Verrills to De Groot, puts the kick in over the top. Bouncing nicely for Bailey Hayward, I believe it is. They're tracking back. And the Bulldogs have it again, 10 out from their own line. And they'll be happy to just see this into halftime, I think. Really disappointing end to the half for the Bulldogs, considering they made the decision to take the 2. and backed themselves to get back down the other end, but they never did. They never looked like threatening. 14 points to 8 it is at the halftime break in favor of the Bulldogs. So, geez, there'll be some work to do. They'll get a talking to, I should imagine. Genitalia says, can I just point out that Crichton is just a second running lock and not your usual center? I think that's a bad move. He isn't as impactful anymore. And you know what, Genitalia? A moment that happened in that first half when Stephen Crichton, remember Stephen Crichton used to play on the wing a majority of the time when he was at the Panthers, and he ended up shifting into the centers. But Stephen Crichton started for the Panthers on the wing. He did have a break down the sideline in the first half there, and I remember calling it. He got run down by Beau Fermor. Stephen Crichton in open space, running down the wing, got chased down easily by the Titans' second rower. And I think that just goes to Genitalia's point there. Stephen Crichton just doesn't have the pace to be playing out wide anymore in the modern game. And he's a big bloke. Like, he's a tall, built lad. So maybe, just maybe, if he spends some time in the gym and bulks up a little bit more, gets a little bit bigger even, second row could just be the position for him moving forward. Be interesting to see. He used to have immense speed. Remember the intercept try in the grand final? Well, I think he's got a couple of intercept tries in big games, but the one I'm thinking of specifically was against the Rabbitohs when he plucked it out of the air from Cody Walker, and he was only running it. He was jogging, basically, that night. Now, obviously, an intercept is a bit easier to win the race than a standard play. But you know what I'm trying to say. He's clearly lost some pace. And the thing is, he's not that old. It's not like we can go, oh, well, he's old now, so it makes sense that he'd be slowing down. We can't say that. He's still young enough that he should have his full pace. On show says, Dogs logic. Play a sin bin on one side, keep on going to the other side, which was failing beforehand. The Bulldogs really had... Okay, there's no way to sugarcoat this. The Bulldogs were terrible at the end of that first half. They really were. And maybe that's just some of that Dogs logic that On Show is talking about. Really, really terrible to finish that first half. And, well, they're still going to have about 4 or 5 minutes with a man advantage to start the second half. Can they come out and do something with it? We'll wait and see. I'm sure that they'll regroup at halftime in the sheds there, and Serraldo will have a word or two to them. We'll have to see what they can come up with. Mookie's asking what the weather's like. Beautiful, clean, clear skies. The sun is beaming down across half the stadium anyway. There's a big shadow, obviously. Suncorp Stadium, if you can just visualize it in your head, the rectangle, big, high grandstand. So it's caused a shadow over half the ground. But the sun is out. It's going to dry the turf up. Oh, the Barton says, I wonder how the atmosphere will be at the Sporting Globe when they show up later on. It depends what kind of performance they put on here for the second half, I guess. That must be so tough when you think about it. Teams have got these media commitments, right? I just think about when I used to play, and I never played professionally like this. But I just remember we'd lose games, and I'd be so salty. I wouldn't want to talk to anybody. I didn't want to see anybody. It was a bit like, leave me alone. I don't want to talk. Just imagine that the Titans get spanked in this game, and they've got to go and do media commitments at 5 o'clock at a bloody sports bar doing a meet and greet, they can have that. They can have that. I understand it's part of their contracts. It's part of their job. They have to do it. It's what they get paid the big bucks for, but good Lord, I wouldn't want to do it. Bryce Kieran's. I can confirm the Titans are losing this game. Well, the thing for the Titans is they've been a one-half footy team, haven't they? We've seen them race out to leads or be competitive in the first half and then completely drop off a cliff in the second. And I've got to say that with the Bulldogs, who were terrible to finish that first half and still lead by 6 points, if the Bulldogs clean up their act in the second half, it could get very, very messy for the Gold Coast Titans. Genitalia, Melbourne versus Raiders. You tip the Storm, but you're not confident. Why, mate? Storm are going to win by about 20 points. The Raiders have had such a dream draw. They've had such a soft draw. And they've been spanked in the games where they've come up against stiff competition. I'm very confident of the Storm tonight. They're going to win by a lot. And the Raiders will be smacked with a little bit of a wake-up call. Back to reality. The dream draw ends here. I'll tell you what, if they do win, though, if they do win, credit to them. I'm not convinced by the Raiders. As I said, they've had a really soft draw. Beau Fermor scored. Yes, he did. For my same-game multi, Beau Fermor and Connor Tracy earned me 2 ticks out of the 4 at the halftime break. I need Cam Pereira and I need Bronson Sherry in the second half. Tom Weaver had to leave the field early. The starting halfback for the Titans created a little bit of a shift. Jalen de Groot moved into the halves. He's been a bit of a mixed bag. I don't know who moved to fullback. It wasn't from foul play, so they weren't able to activate the 18th man. Wondering who moved to fullback. It looks like from the defensive structure anyway, it looks like Chris Randall came on to play hooker and Verrills shifted to fullback. In defense, anyway. On attack, it seemed like Verrills was still there at hooker. Romeo. Who have I got for my next multi? Ah, yes. The big game. Coming up next. Panthers versus Broncos. Who have I got on? I have got Luke Garner, Paul Alamotti, Jesse Arthurs, and Corn on the Cobbo. Mr. Liquid Rhythm says Gold Coast is $7 to win in live betting. Disclaimer, and remember, folks, the best tip is to set a deposit limit, which is actually sage advice. They should, and I agree, Bryce, but this theory is proven in many codes. NFL, AFL, EPL, A-League. I was stunned when a friend told me about it, and that's going back to a discussion that happened earlier in the half about teams that have a winning streak and then lose one, and then potentially go on to lose a few more in the process. What I'd be interested to know, though, in that stat, because I love these sorts of stats and streaks and hoodoos as well. I love these sorts of things. I'm always looking for stuff like that. Look, I've tipped the Panthers to beat the Broncos today based on a recent statistic. That being that when Ashley Klein is the referee, the Panthers have won 3 out of their last 4. and the Broncos have lost 3 out of their last 4. So I love stuff like this. But what I'd be interested to know, Mr. Liquid Rhythm, is those teams that have gone on winning streaks of 6 or more games and then lost one, having a tendency to then lose 2 or 3 more. What was the quality of the opposition? What was the quality of the draw? No offense to the Gold Coast Titans, but I think if you've been on a winning streak and lost a game, the Titans are a team that could play you back into form. So I'd be very interested to see over the years in all these different sports, what was the quality of the opposition on that second or third game that created the losing streak? I love that sort of stuff. Leviticus Ahoy. Which one of those players to score the second half? Well, I hope they all score. I need Bronson Xerri and Cam Pereira. So hopefully they get the job done. Well, I'm sorry to burst the bubble, genitalia, but Michelle will be here for the Broncos game. But it's all right because since Michelle's not in studio anymore and she patches in remotely, if she goes too crazy, we just hit the mute button. Bryce says, in all seriousness, I think they have ruined the game. I miss real scrums from many moons ago. Oh, Bryce, you're speaking my language. By the way, speaking about rugby league, past, present, and future, we have dropped our latest Generations podcast. I do a podcast/vodcast show on YouTube with my dad, the old Panther, and we've just dropped our latest episode, which is all about head-high tackles. And we discuss what constituted foul play in a tackle in the past, what it looks like now, and what it might look like in the future. The old Panther and I, our latest episode of the Generations podcast, Rugby League, past, present, and future, available on the YouTube channel. Do feel free to check that out. Leviticus says it's Pappenhausen's 100th game for the Storm. There you go. Game number 100. Teams coming out for the second half. Metiman on Twitch says, please show us the game. I've got to tell you, Metiman, over on Twitch, you have to have followed the page for like an hour before you're allowed to post a comment. Mate, I absolutely admire your commitment to sit there for an hour just to say, please show us the game. That takes dedication. That is unbelievable willpower. Camos edits, yes indeed, we'll be doing all games here today. Broncos Panthers coming up next, and then the Storm Raiders. I'm currently sitting on a perfect round, 100% in my tips so far. wastedsports.com.au/games. You can find join codes for all our competitions that are completely free to join. Super Rugby and NRL, fantasy and tipping. It's all available there. wastedsports.com.au/games. The Titans will be starting this second half, a man down, of course. Gold Coast with the kickoff as well, so the Bulldogs will get first use of it. It'll be interesting to see how they come out of the gates here, the Bulldogs, because I should imagine that Cameron Ciraldo gave them an absolute rev up Curtis Moran with the first hit up. And now Kiraz. Yeah, they would have copped an absolute bollocking from Serraldo at the break because they were honestly disgraceful to end that first half for the Bulldogs. Three minutes left in the sin bin for Brian Kelly. So you could argue that perhaps the Bulldogs have to get a try in this sort of set of six or next. Fifth and last, 40 out from the line. Sexton puts it high. It's a little too deep to be competitive. Oh, racing through, though, is Montoya to put pressure on. Or Kiraz, sorry. Well taken at the back by Cam Pereira. And the Titans are in possession. Fermor takes the hit up. And that could have been very dangerous. Well, it looked like it had no hope of being a competitive kick. And Kiraz just appeared out of nowhere. A solid kick chase. Tino got the bumpers up, and he's been picked up and dumped on his back. Big defense from the Doggies. There's Isaac now. From brother to brother, back-to-back hit-ups. A kick on play 4 from Brimson from inside the 40. Stabs it straight down the middle of the ground and straight down Connor Tracy's throat. Tracy dummies, goes through half a gap. 40 meters out. Montoya steps up to the halfway line. Tackle 2. Kiraz puts the fend on 1, on 2. Dummies, goes through. Brimson brings him down. 40 meters out from the line. That's tackle 3. Here's Curtis Moran. He's been full of running since he came on. Curtis Moran. A couple of tackles left for the Dogs. Only a couple of minutes left in the sin bin for Kelly. Here's Kickow straight up the middle. 20 meters out. Here they go. Fifth and last. Sexton, 20 out in midfield with the crossfield kick. Kiraz wins the battle in the air. Can't get the ball free. And the Titans come away with it. And you've got to say, the Titans, with 50 seconds left in the sin bin for Brian Kelly, it looks like they've held on. Crucial for the remainder of this game, I dare say. They've navigated that period quite well. Quiz Juice, ahoy mate, welcome back. And Vita, ahoy there. Over on the TikTok. Waste a World of Sports, of course, live on YouTube, live on TikTok, live on Twitch, and live on Facebook as Brimson gets the kick away. Taken on the full again. Well, they're not finding the grass here. The Titans. The kicks are going straight to the man. And that's allowing the Bulldogs to do these big kick returns. Up towards the halfway line they go. Flo Lacey asks, who is my favorite player of all time? Oh, the one and only Andrew Eddinghausen. %, ET. A man down and the Bulldogs kick to a winger, says Genitalia. Oh, don't even get me started, Genitalia. Tackle 3. Man with the flat pass to Moran. Tackle 4. 15 out from the line. Kickow runs the inside line. He's 5 meters out. Kickow. Fifth and last. Steve Matai, says McLovin. Sexton waits for it on the right. Tracy out the back to Crichton. They've got numbers here, the Bulldogs. Crichton holds the pass up nicely, and Kiraz gets a double. Kiraz gets a second try. It has been the weekend of the double. Josh Adokar, Sam Stonestreet, Victor Radley, Marky Mark Namongatuase. There's definitely been some more in there. Fletcher Sharp. That's our 13th double of the weekend. I would say it's more like our 74th double of the weekend. Forward, slightly forward pass there from Crichton. Just a little bit. The bunker can't rule on forward passes, of course, which I think is a ridiculous rule. I don't understand why the bunker can't rule on forward passes. But anyway, I digress. 18 points to 8, the kick to come. Bolo Dangles. Ahoy, mates. Welcome back. You need Khan Pereira for 160. Very nice. Oh, Preston's your last try scorer in a multi for 130. And you have him in an individual bet as well. And now you need Khan Pereira as well for another one. Very nice. Sounds like you're on a winning day. 18 points to 8. Stephen Crichton about 10 in from touch on this near side. It's the favoured side for a left-footed kicker. He's perfect, been perfect so far, and he continues with his perfection. 20 points to 8. The Bulldogs now lead. 2 tries to Jacob Kiraz. A try for Connor Tracy. Kite, ahoy there, mate. Kite needs Bronson Sherry, Khan Pereira for 4.5k. Very nice. Well, I need Bronson Sherry and Khan Pereira for mine as well, so. Back underway. A good start for the Bulldogs. Marnie sends it over into midfield. Kurt Mann. Ah, the Hammer got a double as well. Yes. Robert Toyer, of course. Robert Toyer got it too. Generations. Yes, Flo Lacey. A podcast that I do on YouTube with my dad, where we talk all things rugby league, past, present, and future. It is available. If you go to the channel homepage, Wasted Water Sports on YouTube, the channel homepage, scroll down a little bit as the Titans come away with the kick. Leviticus, thank you very much for the heart me over there on TikTok. Cheers, mate. Appreciate the support. Titans now have to answer and answer quick. 8 minutes gone in the second half. KB, you did a parlay for the Storm game. Very nice. Tracy heads across field. Dummies, and he's brought to ground. AB Edits 01 says name an NRL player for an edit. Past, present. On halfway. Hayward with the inside ball. Here's Bronson Sherry. Sherry fends off one. Takes it to the 40. Present. Okay, let's get an edit of all the times James Tedesco has had his pants pulled down. Let's go, Teddy Tedesco. Gina, ahoy. Down the short side. The bomb for the corner is taken by Kiraz. Pops it back for Preston. Preston dummies and scores. Jacob Preston. Somebody in the chat room, it was Twitch, I think, that somebody needed Jacob Preston. And there he is. He's a try-scoring machine. Well, I had him in combo with Beau Fermor, I think it was. And Fermor's already got the job done. So that means nothing to me. But I know that there's a few of you that needed Jacob Preston. And there he is to score the try. The Titans made the mistake of standing back from the kick. The Bulldogs put it high into the corner. And Kiraz has taken it. Nobody was within 5 meters of him. That was really, really poor from the Titans there defensively, and an easy try in the end for the Bulldogs. 24 points to 8. Kick to come. Preston with the try. KB's gone Storm 1 to 12. Anderson anytime try. Sebastian Chris anytime try. Look, I may be proven very, very wrong, but I should imagine I've got the Storm winning this by about 20 or more points, to be honest. So I think Anderson's a good try scorer pick. Sebastian Chris, a great try scorer pick. But I think the Storm win quite comfortably. Conversion from Crichton from out wide. Keeps his kicking rate at 100%. And it is 26 points to 8. Just like that. And the Bulldogs have so quickly opened up this lead now in the second half. "18th Man" is a good name for an NRL podcast. It actually is. That's a really good name. Or if it was you and Michelle, it could be 18th She-Man. 18th Man is a great name for a podcast. I might have to go and register that right after the stream. "11 minutes gone in the second half. Bulldogs right on top. They got the rev up, it seems, from Serraldo at the halftime break. We thought that it might happen. The bollocking from Serraldo. He would not have been happy with that first half performance. Fifth and last on halfway. Sexton puts the kick down. Taken by de Groot. And he's lined up by Kurt Mann, who puts a big hit on. Titans have it 20 out from their own line. "26 points to 8. I still need Bronson Sherry. I still need Cam Pereira. I tell you what, Genitalia, you certainly have been an ideas man over the... You are the brains behind the super chat for a shot that I had to stop doing because we just started getting too goddamn many. You've given me many a solid player nickname. Look, I'm never going to do that podcast personally, but I may be able to set it up for somebody else, if you know what I mean. This kick goes down to Kiraz. Kiraz fires it over to Connor Tracy in midfield. And the Bulldogs are back in possession. You and I should do one, Genitalia. Welcome to the 18th Man podcast. Dan and Genitalia here. Bringing you all the, what would we do? All the NRL news and gossip.
Gosh.
Kurt Mann up over halfway. Dummies. Straightens the attack. 40 meters out from the line. Fifth and last. Sexton puts it high. It's a little too deep, but kick out chasing through to put pressure on de Groot. Oh, you know what would happen if we did a podcast together? It'd be called The 18th Man, and it would be supposed to be about the footy, and we would get sidetracked with all sorts of conspiracy theories. Conspiracy Jones. The NRL podcast that is literally not about the NRL. Verrills scoots out a dummy half, and he's been wrapped up by Bailey Hayward. Fifth and last for the Titans, still inside their own half. The kick down for Montoya. And Montoya winds up. He brings it back. 25 out from their own line. 26 points to 8. The Bulldogs in the lead. Tracy heads down the short side. Bends off one. Out to the 30-meter line. Bronson Xerri. He's way too far out. We need him a lot closer to the try line. Just short of halfway now on play 4. Kurt Mann now at the back for Sexton. Through the hands they go. This right edge. Crichton puts the goose step on. Crichton suddenly finds some pace. Sends it outside for Kiraz. And Kiraz is going to get a hat trick. Well, Stephen Crichton just suddenly found a burst of pace. We'd been talking in the first half about how he just doesn't have it anymore. And Stephen Crichton hit the nitrous button and off he went. And the Bulldogs, they are rolling now. Oh, there's going to be some salty players at the Titans meet and greet later this afternoon. Brighton just put the foot down. Dummies the flick pass. Tom Pereira totally brought into it. And it might have been another slightly forward pass there to Kiraz. $30 points to 8 with the kick to come. $24 minutes still left to play. What have you got, KB? Just Dane Mariner? Or were there some other names in there as well that I've missed? Stephen Crichton to keep his perfect kicking. Oh, straight down the middle. It is 32 points to 8. It's one-way traffic here at the moment. Ads 1, 2, 3. Do we think Xerri is going to score this game? It's not looking likely. A majority of the Bulldogs' attack has been down this right edge. Bronson Xerri, of course, standing over on the left. We need to see some attack down the left edge to get Bronson Xerri into play. But at the moment, it's all down Kiraz's edge with Stephen Crichton. It's the Kiraz and Crichton show as it stands at the moment. Bulldogs, 32 points to 8. Robert M says Mariner should go good. There you go, KB. Robert M, our stats man in the back. Big Broncos supporter, says the Big D is going to go well. The Big D Mariner. A good chance. Fourth tackle now for the Bulldogs. Firmly in control of this game now. 14 points to 8 it was at the break. And it's been one-way traffic so far in the second half. The next game, I've gone for the Panthers to win. I've gone Luke Garner, Paul Alamotti, Jesse Arthurs, and Corn on the Cobbo as my 4 try scorers. Penalty now for the Titans. Can they get some sort of roll on? There's plenty of time left in this game. They're quite a few tries down, of course. But a penalty is a start. They find touch, 45 out. I am De Groot with the inside ball. And now back to Verrills on the offload. Yeah, Robert M., 100%, mate. Current form suggests a comfortable win for the Broncos, but I'm just looking at Ashley Klein. The Panthers have won 3 out of their last 4 with Ashley Klein as the referee, whereas the Broncos have lost 3 out of their last 4 with Ashley Klein as the referee. So I'm making a statistical play by tipping the Panthers. De Groot puts the grubber kick in behind the line, looking for the upright, just misses out. And Bailey Hayward takes it over the dead ball line. Goal line dropout. It's a result nonetheless. Matt Sheriston says, God, it's so hard to be a Titans supporter. I understand the pain, Matt Sheriston. Whilst my team did get a win this weekend, being a Shark supporter is really not that much better. As the Bulldogs tap this back, but it's picked up by the Titans. And away they go. Sami offloads to De Groot. And I am De Groot, tackled. 15 out from the line. Verrills onto Fodawaker in midfield. That's tackle 2. Verrills now sends it out to the right. On the crash ball is Cleeshas. RCG in midfield, just heading crossways, across fields. Campbell Gillard stands in contact. He's a metre short. A little grubber kick in behind the line for Fermor. Fermor gets a double. It's the weekend of the double. And now Beau Fermor has joined the party. A second try for Fermor. Add him to the list of players that have got a double this weekend. This has been absolutely incredible. Have we ever seen a weekend with so many players getting doubles or hat tricks in the one weekend? Beau Fermor bags himself a double. He's the latest to join the party. 32 points to 12. Kick to come. The comeback is on. The comeback's on. It's about to be 32-14. There's still 20 minutes to play. TH says, support your team to the death, I say. 100% TH. And as I have said previously on the streams, I will always support my Cronulla Sharks until death. And I've also said that I would love to, the day that I leave this mortal plane and I find my death, I invite the Cronulla Sharks to come and bury me so they can let me down one last time. KB says, who have I got winning this season? Oh, Melbourne Storm. Melbourne Storm, it's their season to lose, in my opinion. It is the Melbourne Storm's season to lose. Quite possibly, they'll go into the grand final against the Bulldogs. And I wouldn't write off the Panthers just yet either. When the Panthers get back to full strength, because they've obviously still got a lot of players out with injury or suspension, a full-strength Panthers could easily go on a run at the back end of the season if they get themselves back to full strength. So I wouldn't write them off either. If they sneak into the top 8, I do not want to be the team coming up against a full-strength Panthers in the first week of the finals. But I think the Storm should be quite comfortable premiers this season. Well, in amongst all that chatter, I can't believe that they've missed that shot at goal. The Titans have not kicked a single conversion in this game. It's going to be very hard to come back if they're only going up in 4s. Heraz bumps off Khan Pereira, not once, but twice, and brings it outside the 40. Brian Kelly has been kicking for the Titans the first 2 times. I'm not too sure who took that last kick. If it was Brian Kelly again, I have to question why, after his efforts with the first 2, that he was given another one. Up to halfway go the Bulldogs. Bronson Xerri. They have not been attacking down his edge, so this multi's looking like it's shot. 17 minutes to go. Bulldogs with the offload, but it was too late. Referee already called held. 3 tries for the Titans and only 12 points on the board. Goal kicking is so crucial. 5th and last for the Bulldogs, 30 out. Sexton puts it high. Carraz wins it in the air, throws it back for Crichton. Crichton puts the second kick in over the top. It sits up in the end goal, and the Titans just shadow it over the dead ball line. 7 tackle set incoming. Oh no, it's a goal line dropout. The bunker has jumped in. The bunker's jumped in, and it's going to be a goal line restart. Genitalia says, do we think that because Penrith has won 4 in a row, they are purposely finishing 8th so they become the first team to win from 8th in the finals? Conspiracy theory. I love it. Titans go short with the restart. Doesn't find 10, and it goes into touch. So they just can't get it right here, the Titans. The kicking game. They haven't got it right at all. I'm going to say no to that, Genitalia. I think for the Panthers, it's just they've been smacked with injuries. The Panthers have basically not had the same team 2 weeks in a row all season long. Their strongest squad was week 1 in Vegas against the Sharks, and no coincidence, they won that game quite comfortably. So, Kikau with the inside ball to Tracy. Tracy's been absolutely smacked by Regan Two-Dads. 5 meters out. Sam M with the inside ball for Preston. Tackle 4 in front of the post, 5 out. Marnie sends it left. Sexton out the back for Hayward. Short ball for Kikau. Stands in the tackle. 5th and last. Still 5 meters out. Hayward with the crossfield kick. It's low and it's flat. It's batted back by Crichton. And it's loose on the ground. It's been scooped up by the Titans. And away they go. Khan Pereira is going to score untouched. It's a tick off the multi. Khan Pereira scores under the sticks. 3 out of the 4 down. Now we just need Bronson Xerri. (32-16), and surely now the Titans get their first conversion of the day. It's right in front. The crossfield kick from Hayward, tapped back by Stephen Crichton, but it was loose at the back of the Bulldogs attacking line, and Khan Pereira has just swooped through, and he's gone the length of the field. I told you the comeback was on. Here they come, the Titans. 32-18, it's about to be with 14 to play. I need Bronson Xerri. Brian Kelly from in front. Sarcastic round applause. The first conversion for the Titans tonight. 32 points to 18. They've finally kicked a goal. All right, I am 3 of 4 legs in. I now just need Bronson Xerri. Come on, Bronson Xerri. Brendan Gwand says Brian Kelly is a blessing to the Titans. This multi is paying $11.25 to 1. Back underway. Titans in possession. Nah, KB. It's a one-leg fail bet return, so I get my original stake back no matter what now, because it's only one leg down, so absolutely not cashing out on that one. We're going to have a Justin Olam moment. If anyone has been if anyone's been subbed to the channel long enough to remember the Justin Olam moment. What a night that was. The Justin Olam down the sideline on full time to win a multi. 13 minutes left to play, but the Bulldogs have just sent no attack down Bronson Sherry's edge. That's been the problem. Caramello Koalo says you won on that game as well. Nice. The Justin Olam sideline run on full time to get the final tick. Hell of a good time that was. KB says, I really hope Storm wins 1-12. Most likely won't happen, but hope so. It most likely won't happen. No, the Storm will most likely win 20+. It's going to be an absolute spanking. I'm very, very concerned for the Raiders tonight. They are going to get absolutely touched up. Fifth and last for the Bulldogs. Sexton down the short side. Tom Pereira's under it, takes it, gets away from the first kick chaser. Kelly running across field. Robert M says Storm to put 50 on the Raiders. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm very concerned. The Raiders have had, honestly, I mean, I'm more than happy to be disagreed with here, but the Raiders have had such a soft draw so far, and they've been touched up in the games that they've been expected to get touched up in. Like Manly absolutely spanked them, for example. I believe it was. So they've lost the games that they've been expected to lose. Yeah, I think they're in for a world of hurt tonight. Montoya in midfield, fends off one, gets it to Sherry. Tackled on halfway. Honestly, if the Raiders do get the win tonight, then they have made a believer out of me. I will be the first to admit that I'm wrong about them, and they definitely have stamped their premiership credentials. But at the moment, I'm just not believing it. Sexton with the short ball for kick out. They're 10 meters out now, the Bulldogs. Fifth and last. Marnie puts the grubber kick in behind the line, and it's batted dead. Goal line dropout here. Checking for interference here. Mr. Liquid Rhythm says, true stat, Canberra have never performed following an election. Oh, Bronson Cherry's been taken out of the kick chase, says the bunker. Bronson Cherry's been taken out of the kick chase. I think the Titans are going to be down a man here. This could be a sin binning with 10.5 to play. 32-18. This could be a sin bin. Titans are going to be down a man again. Penalty to the Bulldogs. Ten in the bin. Who got sent? Chris Randall. Chris Randall got sent for 10 minutes. There we go. Okay, so they're going to have to play the rest of this game. A man down. Bulldogs kick it into touch. And they'll have a full set of 6. 10 meters out from the line. Sherry taps it into midfield. Saluka Fafita. Five meters out from the line. Slow play the ball. 6 again for the Bulldogs. Here's Sam and M. 5 meters out. Tackle 1. Left side attack might be incoming. Hayward steps in field. Taken in front of the posts. Marnie looks left. Short ball for Saluka Fafita. He's a meter short. 9.5 left to play. Tackle 3. They're going to go right now, the Bulldogs. No, they go left. Kick out. Bats it back. Dived on by Blake Taff. And that now takes Sherry out of play as they come right. Hayward. Trapped on the 10. Offloads for Sexton. Preston now. Inside the 10. Bumps off one. Bends off another. Preston. A meter short. 6 again for the Bulldogs. Late in the count. Crichton slots in at dummy half. Sends it out to the left for Hayward. Inside ball for Sam and M. And he's taken 5 meters out. I just need Bronson Sherry, Tyler. Just need Bronson Sherry. Hayward to Sexton. Lost forward to the hands of Bronson Sherry, who scores in the corner. Give it to him. Give it to him. Award it. Award it. Award it. Yes! Well, he's awarded this to Bronson Sherry. We won't tick it off just yet because it has not been confirmed. Can the bunker rule on knock-ons? I think the bunker can rule on a knock-on, and that's going to be the problem here. The bunker can't rule on forward passes, but I'm pretty sure they can rule on a knock-on. And I think that this bat-on by Blake Taff... It's a bat-on and not a pass. He's just lost it. It's not even a bat-on. He's just dropped it. And I think the bunker can... I think the bunker can rule on this. I think the bunker can rule on this. It wasn't a pass. Blake Taff has just dropped it forward. Here we go. Here comes the bunker. Yeah, it's fair enough too. It's going to be no try. That's why I didn't put the tick on. If he had have caught that, and passed it, the bunker wouldn't be able to rule on it. But because he's just tapped it on, the bunker's allowed to rule on it. I don't understand that. I don't understand why. Why can't the bunker rule on forward passes if they're allowed to rule on that? No try. 7.5 to go. We've had it stolen from us. Yeah, that's the irony of that situation. Because it was a bat-on and not a traditional pass, the bunker, for some reason, is allowed to make the call. Weird. 8.5 minutes to go. Tino in midfield. 32 points to 18 it remains. Chris Randall, of course, in the sin bin pretty much for the remainder of the match. Brian Kelly brings it out for the Titans. And that's a huge hit there on Brimson. Fifth and last. And well, that's a forward pass. That is a monstrous forward pass. The Titans have completely goofed up there. JCS asks, what has my favorite game of the week been so far? Oh, probably the Warriors-Cowboys game. God, that was intense. That was an exciting game to call. I enjoyed that so much. Through the hands now, the Bulldogs. They're starting to attack the left edge at least. So Bronson Sherry should feature in play a couple more times. Tracy with the short ball to Preston. Here we go. They're lined up to the left. Tackle 3, 10 meters out. Lined up to the left here, the doggies. Money to Hayward. Hayward, though, brings it back right. And Saluka Fafita spills at the great big galoot.
Gosh.
Oh, what a goof. It was on there still. And Saluka Fafita with the error. That could be the moment that robs us of it. Bugger. 6.5 left to play. They might still get another chance. Like I said, we're going to get a Justin Olam moment. Hosea says Storm versus Raiders is going to be a banger. I'm not rating the Raiders as highly as other people do. As up the middle, I reckon the Storm win by about 20 points. Easy. 4 tackles gone now for the Titans. Fifth and last. 20 meters out. They go left. Bremson kicks back infield. Taken by Kikau, a meter out from his own line. 6 minutes left to play. Bulldogs ball. Out to the 20 now, the Bulldogs. 5.5 left to play. We still just need Bronson Sherry. Here's Crichton in midfield. TKD says, Sherry, selling my parlay. Down the short side goes Blake Taff. Fifth and last. From inside their own 40 now, Sexton. Puts the kick up. Taken at the back by De Groot. Fair enough, Hosea. Hosea's taking the Raiders for the upset just to be different, and he hates the Storm. Carl Pereira staying down in contact here, looking for the penalty. Potential pressure on the neck there. Coming up next, though, of course, Broncos, Panthers. Ashley Klein, the referee. Panthers have won 3 out of the last 4. With Ashley Klein as the referee. The Broncos, conversely, have lost 3 out of the last 4. With Ashley Klein as the referee. I didn't dig deep enough to find out how many of those games were at Suncorp, though, for the Broncos. Lachlan Smith says, Klein, honestly, a terrible ref. Yes, he is. I don't know how he still has a job, to be honest. And to make this next game coming up even worse, guess who's in the bunker for the next game? So we've got Ashley Klein refereeing. And just to double down how horrible this game could end up being, Casey Badger's in the bunker. Oh, Lord save us. Honestly. KCT says, I hate people named Casey. Because you should be the only one. Jacob Preston being called out here. Preston being called out. A crusher on the back of his neck. Well, since when do you get 10 in the bin for a crusher? Since today, apparently. Jacob Preston's been sent for 10 for a crusher. And they have evened up the numbers for the final 4 minutes of this game. 32 points to 18 it is. Titans ball, 30 out from the line. Panthers, Broncos coming up next. The big clash. The weekend-defining clash for me because I'm sitting on a perfect round. I've gone for the upset. I've gone for the Panthers to win. My perfect round hinges on this next game. I've gone storming up the Wasted Water Sports tipping contest ranks. From dummy half, Titans a metre out. Fifth and last. De Groot onto Kelly. The double pump over the sideline. Well, that was a shocking pass.
Gosh.
3 minutes left to play. Yes, indeed, Tyler. Panthers, Broncos coming up next. And then Raiders, Storm. KCT says, classic Titans. Love being a Titans fan. It's so fun and cool. And the Titans have got to back up this game. They're doing a meet and greet at 5 p.m. at the Sporting Globe, Logan Hyperdome. So they've got to back up this performance by doing a meet and greet appearance. If anybody shows up, that is. The fans might not show up after this performance. 2 minutes left to go. Tackle 3, Bulldogs inside Titans territory. Hayward hands it off to Saluka for feeder. 4 tackles down. Marnie going left for Hayward. Inside for Tracy. Tracy's got Marnie in support. And Reed Marnie steals the Justin Olam moment. 36 points to 18. The kick to come. Oh, Reed Marnie, the cheeky bugger. They should have gone out wide to the left. Reed Marnie gets on the try scorer sheet. 36-18, kick to come. That Bronson Cherry no try will haunt our dreams for a long time, won't it? 3 out of the 4 legs down. Bronson Cherry with a disallowed try. It shall forever haunt us. Stephen Crichton from right in front to keep his perfect day with the boot. Over it goes. And this is actually a huge talking point. The ball for that Bronson Cherry no try. The ball was tapped on by Blake Taff. It was just batted on. I want to know why. I seriously want to know why the bunker is allowed to rule on forward from a bat on, but not as traditional pass. That makes no sense to me. Why can the bunker roll on a bat on, but not a traditional pass? That seems crazy. Crazy to me. All right, 17 seconds to go. Here we go. Justin Olam moment. Down that left edge. Give it to Bronson. Here's Hayward to Taff. Cut out pass to Montoya. Montoya bends off one. Montoya up over halfway, and that will be full time. Tommy Lobb, ahoy, mate. The Bulldogs have rebounded after that disgraceful performance last week. 38 points to 18, and they have reasserted themselves on top spot. But it's okay, because the Melbourne Storm will still be the minor premiers by the end of the season, and they're going to win the premiership, in my personal opinion. But that's a hell of a talking point, isn't it? That try being disallowed, the bunker was allowed to rule whether it was forward or not from a bat on, but not from a pass. It has just started pissing down rain here at the studio. I mean, hammering down. I'm in a soundproof room, and I can hear the rain on the roof. That's how heavy it is. And what that means, of course, is this weather. I'm slightly south of Suncorp Stadium. This weather is headed straight for Suncorp. At some point during this Panthers-Broncos game, there's going to be a huge downpour, I think. Actually, let's check out the radar and see. I'll check out the radar and see what direction this rain's headed in. It's obviously right above me right now. And Waste of Water Sports, we are here on the south side. That is headed directly to Suncorp Stadium. Suncorp Stadium is going to get a downpour during the Broncos-Panthers game. It won't be a big one. It's not going to be very... It's a very, very small rain cloud. Oh, it might just miss, actually. Oh, the Barton says it might just miss. I think it will just clip. It will just clip Brisbane. But yes, it won't be very long. It won't be very long at all. Much like yesterday. We saw yesterday in the games. Yesterday in the games, just those little bursts of rain. Should be okay. All right, Waste of Water Sports. I've got to get ready for the next game. Panthers, Broncos coming up. And then Magic Round will conclude with the Storm versus the Raiders. This next one, I'm expecting it to be a close one. As I said, look, I've taken a punt. I've gone for the Panthers. Panthers have won 3 out of their last 4 with Ashley Klein as the referee, whereas the Broncos have lost 3 of their last 4 with Ashley Klein as the referee. And then I've got the Storm beating the Raiders by at least 20 points. At least. All right, so I'm going to get ready for it. Thank you so much for joining us for this one. There'll be a new stream coming up. Panthers, Broncos coming up after this.